Can anyone hear me? This is the ultimate test to see if my microphone can be heard. We just started streaming just a second ago. Here, let me move my mic up. Dear. Alright, we can go ahead and go to the main screen. Maybe a little bit louder. Excuse me. Alrighty. I don't necessarily want to look at the analytics. I just want to make sure my stream is healthy. There we go. Alright. Can y'all see the game? Because that's an important part of what we're doing today. I don't know what happened to the game. Oh, wait. I remember what happened. I think. Let's see. Dude. Well, something happened. I suppose while I'm trying to fix what's happening, I'll actually say hello to everyone. I'm sorry about that bump. My mic setup's kind of weird. Hello, everybody watching. This is Cabbage Head, and we're fiddling around with some new technology I bought over the past few weeks, some of which should hopefully keep my Wi-Fi consistently connected to the internet, which is why I stopped streaming after 2 or 3 streams. And, excuse me, I also got an Elgato, which lets me stream video games. That's pretty cool, am I right? Oh. By the way, I have 3 birds behind me. They are covered and should generally be quiet, but one of them is much more unruly than the others. I might, once I go to fix the black rectangle in the middle of the screen, I might have to try and to take some extra precautions to keep them from being too, well, the big unruly bird from being too loud. Alright, give me just a second, and hopefully we can hop into this, because I want to play some Excite Truck. Excite Truck's a fun game. Alright, I'll be right back in just a second. Okay, I think I know what the issue is. The issue, I'm going to tell you a little story, and it's the story of how I set up this video game to be played. I also turned down my volume a little bit. So, what I'm doing, the Elgato I have is I don't remember the build, but it's the ones that plays HD games. HDMI cord games. What I tried to do was use the Wii U, which is an HD console, and its backwards compatibility with the Wii to, how would you say, play the Wii. Unfortunately, that didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. Because it's beyond my comprehension, I suppose. I don't know. But what we're going to do, I initially had... I kind of, by default, have a backup plan. It is... We're going to play Wario Land 4 on the Wii U. That sounds like a good plan to me. Because initially I asked on Twitter if people wanted to see Excite Truck or Wario Land. And while I am enthusiastic about both, and I wanted to play some Excite Truck. It's a fun game. But you know what else is a fun game? Wario Land 4. So, hey, that everyone wins, I guess. Now let's see if this is what the issue is. I'm really hoping it is. Because if it is, if that's the specific issue I'm having, then, well, guess what? I fixed it. And I'm normally not good at doing stuff like fixing technological issues. Alrighty. Let's see here. Let me try and fix the issue. It says there's no signal, but that's a blatant lie. There's a signal. Let's see. Doom doom. So, how's everybody's day been? Everybody get their 3 meals? Were their meals square? That's one thing no one talks about. They talk about eating 3 meals a day. Let me turn me down a little bit. I'm going into the red, the volume red. Anyway, talk about getting 3 meals a day, but never square meals. That's an important part of it. Probably Big Pharma or whoever the heck made the pyramid, the food pyramid. They said no squares, only triangles. Poor circles don't get any recognition. Anyway, how was your day? That was the initial question. And I'll wait. And I'll wait. And I'll wait. I don't know what I was going to say. Bye-bye, video capture device. Hello, new video capture device. We'll fix this. I forgot about that. There we go. Alright, y'all got to see my arm for a second. Whoops. That's okay. And my dirty room, I just forgot about that. Scandalous. Only here could you see something like that. Alrighty. Well, now that we got everything sorted out, let me get a controller for Wario. Nice. I think we got everything set up. Not even 10 minutes in. And we're about to play some video games on the stream designed to play video games. Alright. Also, if y'all could let me know about the volume and whatnot. I can't really hear anything coming out of the TV. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. Because, well, I really like Wario Land's soundtrack. It's a really funny, zany game, as is expected for a game based on someone like Wario. But yeah, I initially, here, let me go back to the, main menu, because we want to start a new file. I've already beaten this game. Ba-ding. That was on key. Ba-ding. Yeah, that's better. Right, a little. I love that song. That's a great song. Anyway, what was I even saying? Sorry, I'm doing a little poking around and stuff to make sure that other people know I'm streaming. Because, golly goodness. I tune in when I'm humming. What did I just do? Don't show me. Alright, let me turn down the volume a little more, because that is a little insufferable. Alright. I do normal mode or hard mode? I know that the latency is existent, so I'll give it a few minutes. We'll see. I know I just said I would, but by golly, I have to. It's something cheap. Here I come. What a great song. Are y'all not even seeing the game? Are you kidding me? What's going on? So help me. If I can't stream Wario Land 4, the greatest game of our generation, hey, I have good news. I have bad news too. The bad news is for the past probably 5 minutes I sounded like an insane person because y'all are looking at a Wii U menu and listening to me hum like a moron. So bad news for me. But the good news for you is that's the reason I'm streaming. I want to work out all these kinks because I have this software available to me. And, you know, like, first thing I did this morning, I drew this incredibly crude background. I don't mean crude as in inappropriate, I mean crude as in it didn't take me that long to put it together. I just needed something to be kind of pretty. And I learned that there is a specific aspect ratio to the Elgato capture. You can't just size it in any square or rectangular shape you want. I also learned that most of the living beings in my house are working against me. But that's okay. Life goes on. I also learned that I don't know how to embed chat, and what else? I learned that that Virtual Console games don't work for some reason on the whatchamacallit, the Elgato. Alright, let me work on the capture device again. Uh-oh. The uh-oh was about my Wii U, not the capture device. Don't worry. Haha. I defied the webcam. Holy crap. It's Jason Bourne. Woo! Okay. Yeah, this whole stream, it's about chilling. It's about having fun, talking with some cool folks. And if we can get a game out of it, that would be really cool. Here, while the stream catches up, I'm going to silence my bird. No, I'm not going to kill it. I'm just going to make it be quiet because that's annoying. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully he's quiet now. Alright. The screen is black. That's no good. That's not what we want. Let's do that. Let's do that. See if that helps. Yeah, as time goes on, as we approach December, I know I've been leaving the good people who follow me on Twitter in the dark about a few things. I've been referring to secret projects and crud like that. Well, I'm getting close to the unveil of the secret project. We are about a little less than a month out from you finding out what the heck I'm talking about. And it is imperative to that project for these kinds of things not to happen. The whole, why isn't my game working? Why is this being silly? Why won't my birds stop chirping? I'm just trying to have fun and play a video game. Why do I need to burp all of a sudden on stream instead of off stream? Stuff like that. I want to work out those things for a reason. It's a good reason. I think it's a reason people will enjoy. Statistically, they do. But I'm still drawing. I'm still working on the zine. I'm still very excited about the zine, but the secret project has taken up a lot of time. I'm both happy with how it's turning out and like laughing at how silly it looks, I guess. I don't know. and once it's unveiled, everyone will see what I mean. But if y'all have any questions about other things I'm working on, maybe I don't know, maybe even about the secret project without prodding too much. I mean, it's not like if you just say what is it, I'll go, okay, no more secret. But as time gets closer, all will be revealed. Who knows? I might break the news a little early, specifically for the good folks who watch my live streams. Water. You know, I didn't think that the Elgato would be this troublesome, but it has proven me wrong. I've got an idea. How about, instead of the Wii U, we play the Switch? There's a game that I love, and it's on an HD console, so I can play it on here. It's called CTR, Crash Team Racing. I might have talked about it before, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But, I'm going to go get CTR. And I'm going to play CTR. And I'm going to kick back. And I'm just going to have fun. In the meantime, I'm going to put up the hold on a dang second screen. There you go. Alright, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're kind of back. Apparently, y'all might be able to see what's on the screen, but I'm not, which just makes for a really fun problem. Let me turn the light back on. Alrighty. We'll sort this problem out somehow. Because I don't know what's causing it. Something is. Power's plugged in. HDMI cord is plugged in. And the other one is plugged in. I don't know. Ow, my heel. But hey, like I said, that's what this is about. This whole stream is about working out these weird problems. Getting them ready for the big time. Let me move a few things real quick. There. I just don't understand why the Wii U was working, but the Switch isn't. Let's see. We'll just do what I did last time, where we delete the capture device, and then we make a new one. And the webcam is aimed up, so I don't need to worry about people seeing me. 'Cause I'm just so ugly. I don't want anybody to see my face. I haven't put my makeup on. Anyway. Who knows? Maybe it'll work. Maybe not. Yeah, no signal, I know. Let's fiddle around with the HDMI cord some more. Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe I plugged the wrong USB. I'd like to think that's the problem. Not the HDMI. But alas, I don't think that's what it is. Let me try it again. Come on, old Bessie. Come on, Bessie. Start up the engines, woman. And y'all aren't seeing anything, are you? Huh. I don't get it. I can't fathom what the problem is with my feeble mind. I'm such a simpleton. Like, naturally, when you plug one thing, or take the plug for one thing out, and then you put a plug for another thing in that same place, and it serves the same exact purpose, you would think that that would work, but it doesn't, because computers are really lame. They're cool and they're lame at the same time. I don't understand. I could charge the Switch with this cable. That's more of an observation than something that would help, though. Ooh. Do. One thing that kind of stinks about the situation with the Wii and the Wii U is I specifically bought a game to play on stream, but it's a Wii game. I was hoping to use it through the Wii U, but obviously that's not how that works. I don't understand. I just don't. You would think that the machine would like run, like the game that is running on the machine plugged up to the capture card would run through the capture card. But apparently that's not how reality works. That's just how a logical brain thinks. It makes you want to pull your hair out. And I haven't gone to the hair cut place for a while. I don't even remember what it's called, apparently. So I have quite a bit of hair to pull out. But I don't want to pull it out. I like my hair. Is there an input? HDMI 2. No signal. HDMI 1. Let's see. We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. I guess I should rename the stream to, like, trying to get a game to work. Hold on. Trying to get a game. No, I don't want to press the space bar that many times. Just once suffices to work. Consistency so that we can play it perchance. Perchance isn't one word, it's two. That's a great name for a video. Okay. Let's sort this out once and for all. Get rid of the video capture device thing. Unplug everything. Unplug, unplug, unplug. The old Nintendo cartridge trick. It always worked. Always. It never once did it let me down. No. Let's see if that works. Come on. Just a quick work. That's all we're asking for. Just a quick work, you know? Something's up with my TV. I'm not going to act like that. We've gone over 30 minutes and I have not played a single game on this game stream. Don't worry. I've played a game. It's called Getting Messed With by the Stinking Elgato. I've been had. I've been duped. I've been tricked. But I have not played a video game. What if we used the Wii U cord? Would that work for some incredibly stupid reason? Because the Wii U worked. And naturally, it had to have been because of the cord, not because it's just science. Work. So going out, the outgoing goes into the TV. Am I incorrect in saying this? I'm not, because I'm a smart boy. Going there. Okay. So we have that. Let me see. Let's take the Elgato out of the equation. Alright, maybe one day it'll go in here. There we go. And then we switch channels. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. There. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. No signal. Oh, I turned it off. Whoops. Excuse me, that was rude. Thank you, everyone, for 10 whole subscribers. I don't want that to sound sarcastic. I never dreamt that I would have like a double-digit amount of subscribers. That's crazy to me. It's overwhelming. That meant, like, okay, I got it working. That many people who aren't even like in my family care that much about, dare I say, the content I make, and me as a delightful person who does not understand technology, that they said, I will smash that like button and hit the notification bell icon. Anyway, maybe I'll play a special game or something to celebrate 10 subscribers, or like we can do an old drawing stream or something. That'd be fun. Okay, so when I took the Elgato out of the equation, I got the TV to work. The TV is directly connected to the switch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect, put the Elgato in between them, and see what happens. And then I will connect the Elgato to the computer. Hopefully, within 5 minutes, y'all will be watching me play CTR, one of my favorite games, one of the few games I can confidently say I am decent at. Ready. Give me that cord. You go in here. And you go in here. And you go in here. So, what are the results? It doesn't work, of course. Why would it? Let me look up something regarding this little contraption at my feet. What is it called? Elgato HD60S. If for the money I paid for it, if this thing can't play Switch games. Let's see. I see. It does not have a video out port. You cannot connect it directly to Elgato, blah, 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 blah. Instead, you must connect it to the special... Yes, the dock. Plug one end of an HDMI cable into the HDMI out port of the Nintendo Switch dock. Ah, okay then. I see. Well, and then plug the other end of this cable. Wait. So. Give me a minute, folks. Plug one end of an HDMI cable into the HDMI out port of the Nintendo Switch dock, which presumably is just the Nintendo Switch dock, because what does that even mean? Yeah, that's it. HDMI out. Why did they word it like that? Like, it does not have a port, the Nintendo Switch. It doesn't have an HDMI out port. You have to use a special tool known as the Nintendo Switch dock. You know, the thing that you have it in. They made it sound like you had to buy a special tool or something. Okay, so the other end of this cable goes into the HDMI in port, which I could have sworn I was doing, but we'll see where this goes. Plug one end of the second HDMI cable into the HDMI out port. Oh wait, there's troubleshooting. If your TV only supports 720p, then you may not get a video image. This video may still appear in the software, but not your TV. Ah, okay, let's try that. Apparently what you're supposed to do is set your switch to be 720p. Now, how do I do that? I don't know. I don't really tell you, so I guess I'll just poke around. Controllers and sensors, sleep mode. I guess it would be TV settings. TV resolution 720p. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay. Heyo. Now let's check the software. Oh wait, I need to... We're almost there. We're going to play a game. Bear with me, folks. Elgato Game Capture HD. Heck yeah, man. Crack open a Mountain Dew Baja Blast flavor exclusive from Taco Bell and let's get ready to game. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hooray. We've done it. And it only took me 43 minutes. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. We're going to play some CTR Nitro Fueled. Kick back, relax, have some laughs with Cabbage Head. Oh, I got to plug my controller back up. I have a special controller that I use for every game except Breath of the Wild. No, Super Smash Brothers. I still like to use the GameCube controller for that. It's a Breath of the Wild themed controller. Nothing fancy. I think it cost me maybe $20, but it feels awesome. It looks awesome, and it's great for CTR. I'm trying to move a little bit. I'm just trying to recline. So CTR Nitro.
Activision presents a smashing blast from the past.
1998.
Fasten your seatbelts for a Beanox recreation.
I don't know. I think I'm right. But anyhow, yeah, we're gonna. Oh yeah, I was telling you about CTR Nitro Field. Crash Team Racing came out in 1998 on the original PlayStation. It was the fourth final Crash game created by Naughty Dog. And it's easily my favorite, which is saying something because I love Crash Bandicoot in general. But I've played this game since before I was in kindergarten. So, yeah, we are, I'm kind of good at it. Just a little. And this game is a really good remake. It has some different physics, but, you know, there are a few differences, but your muscle memory, it really kicks in after a few minutes, and all of a sudden you're back in the late 90s, playing some CTR with the boys. My brother and I put so many hours into the original, and then once it was just me, I put even more hours into the original. And then this game got announced, and I put even more hours into the original because I was so excited about this game. Hold on a second. The birds are getting okay. So yeah, and this game, I think it's in like the top 5 games on the Switch as far as time I've invested. The only ones I've invested more time into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think Pokemon Sword eventually crossed that bridge, but that I play with a friend a lot. In all honesty, it's kind of weird if I've played more hours of that than CTR, because CTR is a game that I would suggest anybody play. Alright, we're all good. Now, this is going to be make or break. The first track in this cup is Crash Course, which is supposed to be like a beginner level, but it's so unbelievably boring to me that I either do really well, I mean, as well as you can do on Crash Cove. It's not like, you know, wow, you were amazing, you were flying the whole time. Or the computers will beat me like 5 times in a row. That is a constant with this track. Is it ends the Grand Prix before the Grand Prix even begins. And at the same time, I'm going to be trying to talk to you. So we'll see how it goes. I need to practice it. Multitasking. So yeah, if I had to choose this thing, I know a lot of people are saying the same. Yeah.
Oh, I'm cooking now!
There are a few things about Mario Kart I appreciate, but this game just lends itself to going fast way more than honestly, the game wasn't designed to move that quickly. 150cc mirror cut and everything below that, you don't really even need to think about the brake button. 200cc introduced a whole generation to the brake button, because if you just accelerate the whole time, you're flying into things. But that being said, I'm not fond of, as fun as that is, CTR, it feels a lot more fluid, a lot more freeing. I don't know how to articulate it because I'm not like some game reviewer or anything, nor am I a video game developer. So I can't really talk about what makes it like that. But yeah, CTR, it's really fun.
I'm on a roll!
The thing that makes it difficult, I can say this, the thing that makes it that's what makes it tricky. In Mario Kart, drifting is press a button, and then you get a small burst, and then that burst is over. In CTR, as you can see, like, and you see that red bar at the bottom. When you drift, you get up to the turbo.
Faster!
Yeah, really stack on top of each other. And the, how it is, I think it's like the boost you get lasts longer than the itself. So it stacks. If you do 6, 7, drift boost at once, that's, instead of 6 seconds of boost, that's like 7 seconds. And then if you go over one of those turbo power, that's like 3 more seconds of boost. Like, you see how crazy the fire is coming out of the exhaust on the car. That means I have boost. And so I'm going, I want to get tracks fast enough. And the one thing that stops me from running into the wall is the name of the game is like cutting it into some tracks were built to where you could jump from one part of the track to a part that hadn't even loaded yet, by utilizing like the stacked boosting mechanic. But anyhow, it's really fun. Mario Kart is more about precision, you know, like you want to do a long enough parabola to where you don't run into a wall, you don't go into the grass, you're still on the track, and the flame coming out of your cart is purple. If you can do that, then you can ensure a high caliber, high
Oh, I'm cooking now!
but there isn't like stacking CTR can also do things to ensure but like the reward is that it builds up even better momentum. time I'll just keep my mouth shut on my own live stream. Nah, I'm just kidding. All this music is really nostalgic. They redid it for the game. But if you want, you can change the tracks back to the old 98, 99 tracks. Music tracks, I should say. Not like race tracks. I don't know what the last... I don't remember what the oh, I think it's Cocoa Park. Cocoa Park is a great track for practicing everything. That's about the end. It's not an awful track. After this, I'll have to show y'all. It has some, if not all, well, of my favorites as well. Also, and in some cases, the tracks from CTR, which by no means is as good a game. Dare I say, it's pretty neat because it was made by, they're hard to do right place. They let people try carry over a lot of what makes them some of it was lost. So it's nice to see those tracks come back in a game that you've seen. That CTR doesn't is Mario Kart allows you to kind of make your own cup, your own Grand Prix cup. CTR doesn't. You have to choose. You can either choose one track at a time, just over and over, or excuse me, or you can. Okay, I just want to make sure my mic wasn't muted or something. Sorry. Or you have to choose like predetermined cups. Specific, like if you're doing this track, this track, this track, this track. There's no alternative other than just doing one track at a time, not in a Grand Prix setting. Because it's cool to see your character do a little victory dance, you know? I think, that I was playing as Entrance. He was my favorite character from Crash Bandicoot. This time, we will go to Crash Cup. Crash Cup is one of the best cups. We will play I want to play as Spyro. Should I play as Spyro, Hunter, Nasty Nork? I know it's I'll be Nasty Nork.
I'm gonna win this!
It's kind of crazy that Nasty Nork is in this game. If you know anything about Spyro, of the three main villains in the original trilogy, most people think of Ripto first. So I'm kind of sad that they put in, like, if I had to choose, I would have gone with Ripto, but Nasty Nork is cool because he typically would get overlooked for this kind of thing. Alright, let's play some Crash Cup. The best cup in the game. I think Polar Past is first, and then the second track is Engine Labs, which is probably my favorite track from the original CTR. You'll see why once we get there. This track, it can be Don't worry, I know.
Out of my way!
console. I have a lot of GameCube games, and I have a lot of Wii games. That kind of sucks. I don't know what. I guess I haven't.
Told you I was a threat!
I'm going to play the game that I bought recently on a special occasion. That's how I'll put it. Hold on, I'm sorry. I got occupied by Twitter. Anyhow. Yeah, there was a game I wanted to play for a special occasion, and it's for the Wii, so I have to find my old AV cables for the Wii, or buy new ones, completely new ones, or go to a used video game shop and buy an entirely new Wii altogether. I like the track because the track. So if you're getting
was a threat!
Anyhow, so that was Engine Labs. I didn't do as well as I could have, but I still did pretty good. Anyway. So yeah, how was my day? I had kind of a rocky night because I had some acid reflux issues. Nothing crazy, nothing debilitating, but I still lost a little bit of sleep over discomfort. What did I do when I wake up? Oh, I worked on the background, the weird looking low quality Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends looking thing that you're looking at right now. I got ready for the day. Got a salad. Sometimes the game freezes.
You're ugly!
I should say. Obviously,
Look out below! I'm gonna win this!
how well I'll sleep because I ate a few things that probably weren't good. Let me get some water. Earlier I was talking about the tracks that like people broke in the original game and you could hop from one part of the track to another that hadn't even loaded yet. Hot Air Skyway was originally one of those tracks. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the original. not caps lock. Come on. My brain is malfunctioning as we speak. Sorry if I was pushing Alrighty. Let's invite some by a professional in Clip Studios Paint. Clip Paint Studio, something like that. I don't remember what it's called. Let me see. Clip Studio Paint Pro. Let's do some Crash Nitro cartridges. Ironically, contains my least favorite Crash Nitro card track, but also has two of my favorite Crash Nitro card tracks. Who did I say we were going to play as? Just vanilla. Since we're playing as we gotta drive hard. But the engine was my favorite. Let me know if y'all want to see something else. I like to play CTR, but I have a lot of other Switch games. And since I got the Elgato working, it doesn't have to be CTR that we play. This is just my go-to because I know I'm good at it. Like, I could have left the Wii U plugged up and played Wind Waker HD, but I'm not good at Zelda. I don't know how people manage to be bad at Zelda, but I have done that. I'm good at Wind Waker. I really like Wind Waker. And that's not to say I don't like but all of them, I feel all of them. I like to explore various out of the Crash Nitro Kart tracks, no, there is another track I don't like more than that one. I'm not a fan of Dragon Mines. That was a track I hated in the original CTR, and they somehow managed to make it worse. Though, to be fair, it was already pretty bad. It's not I wouldn't even say it's a bad track. There's a part of it that is destined to kill your momentum, which in a game like this just isn't fun. Like ricocheting around and getting speed boosts at every turn was really fun. But in this game, half pipes kill momentum. So my favorite track became like my third least favorite track, which is sad. It's amazing that they took a track based on a sewer and made it not fun. Sewers were my favorite place to hide when I was a child. No more. My childhood's ruined. What time is it? Somebody texted me. adventure mode. I'm playing.
That was fun.
If he calls me in the middle of the stream, guess what? Sorry, pal. You called me at the wrong time. You messed with the wrong CTR fanatic. You messed with the wrong CTR buddy. There wasn't a comma in there. I'm a CTR buddy. Next, I think, is Electron Avenue, regarded by many as the best track. Almost every pretty frequently, but I don't I don't feel the stomach ulcer pain like I used to. So I'm guessing it's gone, but I'm still burping. It's something I gotta learn not to do. It's pretty rude. Alright, I'm starting to listen to the stream a little bit. There isn't really any sound because it's on the loading screen. Just me talking about burping. I apologize for sharing this story. Alright. One, I know that the loading screens in this game are long, but to be fair, they were in the original CTR as well. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's try that. This whole time, the sound has been incredibly loud. Let's see. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is fiddle around with the sound stuff myself. Turn the microphone down a little bit more so that the mic isn't peaking. Blah blah blah. I think I think we're good. Okay. I think we'll go look for another game. Let's see. Let's play some Tetris. I'll turn down the mic a little bit more. I'm doing a pretty good job of getting it to peak. I don't want it to peak. I want it to be not doing that. Okay, anyway. I'm going to change my controller, and we're going to play some Tetris. There we go. Alright, I just got to the part where I rant about peaking the mic, and it didn't peak. Puyo Puyo Tetris. If you follow me on Twitter,
Tetris.
You know that I like Tetris, and I am not good at Puyo Puyo, because I said it. Tetris. I have to remember the controls. It's been a while since I played. There we go. Heyo. Alright, we got our setup, fellas. You know what that means. Oh, we got him. The music in this game is fun. Because it's a combination of... Well, it's not really a combination, it's... I guess it is. Whatever. Alright. Another Tetris. Oh, hold on a second. The reason I sounded discombobulated is because my stream was still unmuted, so I couldn't even think straight. That's probably a good spot, and there as well. Alright. Yeah, funny story. I once beat Endless Tetris. Please don't ask me how. I didn't think it was possible. But alas, Endless Tetris is a beatable thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Eventually, it's going to get a lot more hectic. And that's when the mania happens. That's when I'm going to ask myself, what am I supposed to do with this information? Ow! Are you kidding me? Oh well. Alright, and we're starting to set up for another Tetris here. Oh, snap. The thing about the Joy-Cons is how, like, sensitive and almost casual the joysticks are. I know casual is a weird word to use. I just know, like, nonchalant. Like, oh, you moved a little bit that way? Okay. I guess you wanted to do this thing. No, I didn't. Thank you, though. Thank you for assuming. There we go. See, I still got it. Even if things are cranking up. You know what else is cranking up? My skills. My Mad Tetris skills. Yeah, it's a Tetris. What do you think I am? Not the Tetris master? I'm just kidding. I'm only the Tetris professional. I wouldn't say I'm the master person. We'll go ahead and do some lightweight clearing. There we go.
Fire breath! Dragon tail!
And now we can put that there. Nice. Hello. There. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. For someone, I mean, I did play Tetris recently. There was a VTuber who had... I'll go ahead and plug it because you should go subscribe to her. Her name is Made Mint, I believe. And she had like a big online Tetris tournament. And, I did okay. It was like on the computer. Okay. I wanted to do this. Got to work with. Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. Just as a aside. Alright, now it's getting faster. This is typically when I
Fire breath!
choke. Do something really stupid. but we'll see.
Yeah. Attack. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Get him out of the way.
Fire
Alright. Get those old boys out of the way. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. Attack.
Back there.
Fire breath. Yeah.
Ow, no. See, choke. Don't worry, we might bounce back.
Yeah. Attack. Dragon tail. Yeah.
Nice.
Attack.
We're taking care of business here.
Yeah. Fire breath. Yeah. 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 Attack. Fire breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Attack. Yeah.
Trying to speed up on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm going to try and talk, but it's hard to talk and Tetris at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey. Over there, into the corner.
Yeah.
Hey.
Attack.
And
Yeah.
eventually, it's just like, it just teleports. And it's like, please, just let me win. I worked so hard. I want to beat endless Tetris because it sounds impossible. But apparently it's a thing you can do. You just have to... I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in any position to explain to people how to beat Tetris. That probably wasn't a good idea. Ow! Oh, yeah. I kind of shot myself in the foot, but hopefully...
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember...
Fire breath.
There we go. But you just kind of have to keep up. That's the best advice I can give. It's silly. Over there.
Yeah.
No endless Tetris accomplishment for me. Oh well. Alright, one more and then we'll find something else to play. How's that sound? I think I do a pretty good job of just rambling while I play Tetris. So we should be okay as far as content goes. Alright. Oh, whoops. My mistake. Oh, double mistake. I guess we'll just have to work around that, huh?
Fire breath!
Wow. Unimpressive, I must say. There.
Fire breath!
That. Nice. Excuse me. Oh, I can put that over there. Stack them up like boxes.
Fire breath!
Funnily enough, that's what they are. The boxes. Series of 4 boxes. There. 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 There.
Fire breath!
There.
Attack!
There.
Fire breath!
That's a good one. Oof. Doing pretty good. I can get another Tetris with this next one.
Tetris!
There, 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 and then it's moments like that that make me feel like a real gamer. Oh, I forgot. Gotta be careful. Sometimes you want to put down one of these straight ones when you could do a perfectly good L shape.
Tetris!
There is no place for these. It's like doing it on purpose. There you go. There. Oh, that would have been good, though.
Yeah!
Huh.
Fire breath! Dragon claw!
Nice. Yeah, now we have to work around that gap I created.
Fire breath!
Try to erase it, I should say. You can choose like a lot of, I guess, classic Puyo Puyo songs. I don't know a lot about this series, but apparently it has some pretty good music. And the song that's playing in the background I really like because it reminds me of Kirby. That's a game series I'm familiar with. So if it reminds me of Kirby, it's probably a good thing. So...
Yeah! Fire breath!
Good at that boy!
Yeah!
There.
Yeah!
And put that there.
Fire breath!
And put that there.
Fire breath!
And put that... the whole live stream is just me saying
Yeah!
and here. And wouldn't you know it, we whittled it down. I told you we would. I might have. I don't remember if I actually told you that we would or not. But regardless, that's what we did. And I couldn't have done it without you. Get rid of them. Nobody likes them. Get them out of here. Wow!
Tetris!
Tetris. Tetris, she says. Yeah, I know. I play Tetris. I know what a Tetris looks like. Here. 2, 3. Uh-oh. I'm just kidding. No uh-oh. Uh-ohs are not good
Fire breath!
for now. Don't do that.
Yeah! Yeah! Attack!
We got some nasty stuff going on. Don't need any nasty. Come on. Ooh.
Yeah!
I asked for not nasty and nasty. What do they give me? They give me nasty. Ooh, and then I'm really good at shooting myself in the foot sometimes. Okay, come. Okay, just a little more.
Fire breath!
Nice.
Attack!
We're getting there. Don't worry. Listen, I know you're all really worried. We're getting there.
Yeah!
Good. I'm gonna put that there. And watch that. Oh yeah. That's how the master does it. To be fair though, the master probably wouldn't have screwed up to begin with. But now that that has happened, that's what the master would have done.
Yeah!
I had to clear my throat in a bout of frustration. There we go. It's okay, we're not going to lose. We're not going to lose. What makes you think that a play like this leads to a loss? Come on. You guys don't know me well enough, apparently. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. We did it. We lost again. Alright. We will play something else. I don't know what. We'll play something. Alright. Put the Joy-Cons back on the thing. It's a rare occasion I pull those out. I usually just use my cord controller. Alrighty. What else do we have available to us? We could play some... Do y'all have any suggestions? We got... I haven't played any Mario and Rabbids. I haven't played any Super Mario Brothers 35. One day maybe I'll do Jump Rope Challenge. I've played a little bit of that, but not today. Still not completely 100%. We don't need to be jumping in a small room. What else? Preferably something that I can just boot up. Oh, I'd have to re-download it. That's a darn shame. Katamari Damacy's so fun. Here. How about we call the video game portion a day, and we just talk. Talking's fun. So we'll do that. Let me come over here to Streamlabs, get out of here. Bye-bye. Alright, now just pretend there isn't a big green square in front of the screen. So, I suppose for the last few minutes we can talk a little bit about some of my projects, because I'm always on Twitter talking about project this, project that. And what I want to do is two things. And since, well, I don't even know how many people are watching, but I get the idea. It's kind of an intimate setting. How about I'll tell you about I'm sorry about all the bumping the mic and stuff. I'm going to ramble a little bit about my comics and stuff, and then I don't know how many people are watching right now, but I'll tell you what my secret project is. Just because it's really fun to talk about. And I'll try to make it quick, because I don't want 100,000 people to rush in and be like, what? Cabbage Head is doing that? You know? That's always a very real possibility. It could happen one day. But for now, we have a small group just watching me be decent at Tetris and pretty good at CTR and pretty bad at setting up a live stream. But hey, I'd consider today a success. I had a lot of fun just talking, just complaining, but doing so in a lighthearted fashion. And we got things set up. Sure, it wasn't either of the initial games I wanted to play, but you know, that's life works that way sometimes. So, as far as comics go, a few weeks ago, I don't remember how long it's been. It's probably maybe a little over a month at this point. I talked about possibly doing like a subscription webcomic service, because I have too many ideas for someone in my position, because you know, one day I want to work on this and then the next day I want to work on that. The nice thing about the zine is it's a nice prelude into one of the comic ideas that I have. Part of me wants to try and create like 2 10-page chapters a month, to at least, like minimum, for different comics, because some of the ideas I have could go on for a while. And I don't know how long I'll be doing comics. I know that makes it sound like I'm like a 60-year-old man. But if I've learned anything in life, it's that things just kind of happen at you. And that's not entirely true. It's true and false at the same time. Like I've always felt like art was a calling of mine. Like it was like the purpose God had for me, to get a little spiritual, a little religious. But and people around me, you know, they would tell me about how that's like what they they thought I would do with my life. And it's one of the few things that I thoroughly enjoy. It's kind of my happy place, just drawing. But I always had trouble trying to find a way to channel that, because my forte, for lack of a better word, is coming up with character designs. I really enjoy just coming up with wacky characters and, fleshing out those designs over time. And there's not a lot. There's not. If I were to just focus on that, there's not a lot I could do independently. I don't think, unless unless I went into freelance character design, but that's kind of niche. I would probably end up just getting stuck on a team somewhere, and that's not what I want to do. I hate stress. I like accountability. I like structure, but I want to be at the top, not because I'm a control freak. It's kind of the opposite. I hate that fear, I suppose. It's one of the reasons I have the job I have now. It's so laid back. There are people over me, but it doesn't feel like it. Because everyone respects me and they know I'll get the job done. And they know I'll do it well. I want to get in that position in the world of art. And then I found this bubble of people who made independent comics. And that was around the time I started getting into manga. I never really got into manga. And I just kind of combined those two worlds together, like the independent American comic scene and manga, and my love of both of those. I'm slowly trying to verse myself a little bit better in both comics and manga. But I thought it would be cool. What if I did something kind of small scale and worked up to my own physical comics? Like, make something small, and if people like it, they can pay a small amount. And then later, it can be physical, and they can pay a little more and own it. That's one thing I really like, is not just experiencing something, but owning it. I'm not a big fan of subscription services. That's why I have, I could, maybe somewhere the game that I bought for the Wii that I talked about earlier in the stream, maybe I could have downloaded it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. That stays a surprise. But I would rather dish out the money before it skyrockets in price and have it myself. And I feel like a lot of people are that way as well. There's a reason that excuse me. There's a reason that people enjoy collecting comics and manga. It's the satisfaction of putting it on your wall, or having volumes upon volumes of glossy paperbacks that all look the same. And then you can, after you've put everything up, you can stand back and bask in the fact that is yours. Especially with a book, it's not going anywhere unless someone burns it, which I know that's a really crazy extreme, but what else is going to happen to it? Like an insane disaster would have to happen for you to not own that book anymore. Even video games, you run the risk of, misplacing a small cartridge or scratching a disc. With books, once you own it physically, it's kind of hard to lose a book compared to a Switch cartridge or something. And you can't, I suppose you could scratch it, but it doesn't stop working. But anyhow, I'm looking into doing a fan box on Pixiv. I'm still a little on the fence about it, because as much as I like that site, it seems harder to compile a follower base than it even is on YouTube or Twitter. But perhaps that's just my fault. I maybe I need to put out more work and better work, because my stuff gets a lot more attention than I thought it would. Even like I drew a picture of Ina from HoloLive EN, and I kind of expected that to get some attention. But even some of the pictures of characters I made up got more attention and likes, and were even favorited by some people. It surprised me. Getting followers is kind of a slow roll down the hill, but attention in general seems to happen. I just need to look into how accessible it is for an American audience, because I'm an English-speaking individual, and Pixiv, to my knowledge, is generally a Japanese site. Like, it functions in English, but only sometimes. Like, I poked around the site a little bit, and there are parts of it that are like straight up Japanese, and like the default, it thought I lived in Japan. That was my location for like the first month that I had a Pixiv. But anyhow, I might do that, where I kind of work my way up to publishing comics after I have volumes, like actual volumes, available, because I want the books that I make to be sizable. I want it to be closer to a manga than a comic. I don't want it to be 20 pages. I want it to be like 300. But so that's what I'm trying to do on the comic side of things. My secret project that I'll talk about in a second, it's... Oh, sorry, I bumped the mic. It's taken up a lot of time, but I still draw. I still work on the zine. Like I said, the zine, it's building up to one of the comic series that I want to work on. It'll be kind of a compendium of monster designs. Some of them are inspired by American cryptids. Some of them I wanted to kind of be in that same vein. I'll probably talk about the zine more once we get closer to releasing it, funding it, campaigning for it. I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. I haven't even finished all the drawings. I do have a style that like I have made some progress with the illustrations, and the illustrations are the biggest part to me. And I've even kind of compiled what I want the pages to look like, but it's still a learning experience for me, because I'll be the one printing them. I don't imagine that like and this isn't me being a Debbie Downer, this is me being Cabbage Head, person who on any given day loses 2 followers on Twitter for no reason, and has consistently been under 40. I don't imagine that people will come out of the woodwork to be like, heck yeah, man, let's go buy Cabbage Head's zine. I think most people don't even know what a zine is. I didn't until a couple months ago. But yeah, I want to print it, and I want it to be as cool as it can be, so it might take a little time. But it's definitely going to be something I'm advertising a little more and more in the coming months. And that'll lead up to a comic idea I have called Sofeldium, which is kind of a chronicling of a cryptozoologist who travels around the United States as like a paranormal detective, solving people's issues because she's compiled all this obsessive information about cryptids in a way that only 20 other people in the entire country do. I know there are a lot of people who believe in Bigfoot and stuff, but even that, it's probably not a lot of people. And even fewer of that amount are people who actively hunt and investigate Bigfoot. And that's kind of the circle she runs in. She's kind of a lone wolf, but not like an edgy angst machine or anything. Just, that's a rabbit trail. You might have seen on Twitter me drawing Hazel Hamilton, is what I call her. I think I finally settled on a design for her that I'm happy with. And she's the main character. So Feldium is the story of Hazel going around America, solving paranormal mysteries. And it'll be kind of like a combination of Monster of the Week and mystery and comedy. And I have some really interesting ideas for it. I'm really excited about it. But there's some other comics that I want to do. I used to talk 24/7 about Penkami, which is the witch girl, the fantasy setting. I would talk about how I inked pages of Penkami. I'm kind of doing things differently now, so all those pages are essentially worthless except for like historical archiving of an amateur or independent comic artist. But excuse me, let me adjust in my chair real quick. But yeah, so I have some other ideas up my sleeve, but first I want to work on Sofeldium before I do anything else. Water break, my voice is getting... I've been talking for 2 hours. And my voice, perhaps it doesn't seem gruff to you, but I can feel the gruffness. But anyhow, so when I have time in between work and sleep and my secret project that has taken priority, I've been working on the zine. I've been doing a little writing for comic ideas, drawing character designs for Sofeldium. And I'm still sitting on a lot of scripts and pages for different projects that I put on the back burner. But that's as far as comics go. The secret project that I have, it is it's not inherently comic related. And I will reward the people who have stayed this long or who are just tuning in. Over the past month and a half, perhaps, I've been talking about a secret project on Twitter. I've said, I got... and alluding to things, making vague statements about art-related projects. And, perhaps... I don't know how many people actually pay attention to what I say, or how many people just scroll past and don't even care. But perhaps someone it's gotten someone's attention. I don't know. I've had this idea for a while, on and off. For years, I've wanted to be a YouTuber. And I suppose I've already kind of made that dream come true to some extent. Here I am on YouTube. I suppose that's what a YouTuber is. I don't know. But I never really wanted to just be content to just like play video games or something. I wanted to do something interesting. As a child, I wanted to do something Nintendo related, but as I got older, I loved the idea of doing my own thing more and more, and it kind of became debilitating trying to come up with interesting Nintendo related video ideas, because I don't work for Nintendo, and even if I did, best case scenario, I get a job at Nintendo of America, which don't make the games, they just localize and market them for an American audience. So and those aren't the ideas I'm coming up with. I don't want to make videos about how could you market a Paper Mario game. I want to be like, how could you make a Paper Mario game? And at the end of the day, I'm never going to be a part of that process, so it's kind of futile. I don't have the time an effort to an energy to invest into doing something like that, and then doing something else, you know. But as I got older, I've reached the point where I am now, where I want everything to come from me. I want to evolve my artistic ability, and I want people to look at it and say that came from him. I don't necessarily want to build up an audience that expects me to draw fan art or anything like that. I don't have anything wrong with fan art. I do enjoy drawing it, but I've seen time and time again people who do like video game covers as a musician or video game fan art or what have you, like on YouTube specifically, and then they try to switch. They use it to like advertise a venture later. Like, okay, it's been 5 years of me doing electric guitar video game covers. Now I want to advertise my band. And people came to listen to Banjo-Kazooie music on the electric guitar. So there's going to be less people, you know? Like, it'll funnel. It'll be less of a funnel and more of a strainer, I should say, where if you're no longer making the content I came for, not me specifically, then I suppose I'll just not watch you anymore. Not like out of spite, just I'll go somewhere else. From the get-go, I would prefer the uphill battle of getting people on board with what I'm doing. I know that's rich coming from someone who just spent the last 2 hours trying to play video games, but there's more that I want to do. This was like a test run for the Elgato. But one thing that's kind of got my attention recently is VTubing. If you haven't seen my Twitter activity, I follow a lot of VTubers. I like a lot of VTubers' posts. I comment on a lot of VTubers' posts. I draw very little fan art, but when I do, it's probably of a VTuber. It's interesting to me. And there are a couple who have really inspired me in particular. Because when people think of a VTuber, they typically just think of like an anime girl playing a video game. But I've seen streams that do far more than that, and it's very it lends itself interestingly well to being experimental and out of the box, imaginary, and I like that. I like it a lot. Now that leads us to the secret project. Not only am I interested in VTubers, I am interested in VTubing. And my secret project has been working on my own character to become a VTuber. It wouldn't be on this channel. I would start an entirely new channel, but it would be connected to Cabbage Head. I would tell people, like, I am Cabbage Head. To some extent. I wouldn't, like, every 5 minutes, like, listen, guys. I know it's only been 4 minutes and 50 seconds, but I'm Cabbage Head. No. I think the best example I can draw is Merriweather, who is a comic writer, I believe, like an independent web comic writer, I think, is Merriweather, but he also draws his own like manga and anime characters. Excuse me a second. Excuse me. But he also is a VTuber, but he makes it plainly obvious that he is Merriweather. His name, his VTuber name is Mary, I believe. Excuse me twice. However, what I would want to make like an entirely new persona, but then make it painfully obvious that Cabbage Head illustrated this, Cabbage Head rigged this model, Cabbage Head drew all the backgrounds. I am Cabbage Head. I did all of this. It's kind of a way to advertise my art. And there would probably be streams where I draw, and by probably I mean definitely. And then there would also be streams where I work on my web comics once I get that ball rolling. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. But yeah, that's the secret project, is becoming a VTuber. It's something that it's really invigorating. Because, like I said, for years now, I've wanted to be a YouTuber in some capacity, and I feel like this is my outlet or my chance, I should say, to finally pursue that. I know that YouTube is a really weird landscape for content creators, but for the time being, I want to try it out. And I'm excited to do so. That project, it'll start to come to fruition in a little less than a month. I'm almost done rigging the character model, but I want to animate a little trailer, because if I just, become a VTuber one day, at this rate, I'll fly under the radar. And there are a lot of VTubers who do that, and it's tragic, because a lot of VTubers do some really cool stuff. They fill a lot of niches that are really interesting, but they just kind of go under the radar for whatever reason. And I wanna try and what's the term I'm looking for? I want to try and increase my odds, I should say. And I think a good way to do that is to, do a little animation, make it look silly, put it on the VTuber hashtag, and I can assure, once people fall down that VTuber rabbit hole, they're looking for new VTubers. Now, one thing I have thought about is the fact that I am not female. That is, obviously, I have nothing against female VTubers. I predominantly watch female VTubers. There are a few males that I watch. I can't seem to find a lot of them, though. Or a lot of them that kind of fit my interests. And so I'm trying to do something different. I don't want to give too much away. I've already talked about what my secret project is. But once you see the character, I can assure you, love it or hate it, you won't hate it. You'll think it looks funny. That's the intention. He's supposed to look funny. But he will undoubtedly stand out, because I drew him, I designed him. He is not an anime character. He takes inspiration from anime, the way that a lot of my drawings do. But I don't know how to describe him. He's cool. I'm happy with him. I've gone through a lot of trial and error getting them to work. All I have left is working on mouth movement, and then his rigging is complete. I'm so happy. I'm like so proud of myself. I mean, for crying out loud, this 2+ hour stream, the first 45 minutes of it was me struggling with an Elgato. That's almost half of the stream was just me not knowing how to use a computer. And somehow I managed to teach myself how to rig a live 2D illustration. Now, that being said, it could look a lot better. And as time progresses, I'm going to evolve the character. As my abilities in live 2D get better, so too will the character model. But the placeholder that I'm using stands out on its own. I'm very happy with it. And I can't wait to debut not only like as a VTuber, which should be sometime in January, but like the trailer and to show the world, you know, just to show the world what I can do, you know. So that's my secret project. If y'all have any closing thoughts, you're more than welcome to leave them in the chat. If you don't, that's okay. I'm just happy to have gotten this running. One more thing that I want to celebrate. I don't know if you remember the last 2 streams I did, but once this stream got running, it didn't stop. That's because I bought a new little USB thingy-mabob that hooks me up to the internet. The old one was very unreliable. This one worked like a charm. It did its job, and it did its job well. And I'm much more confident. You know, I was able to stay consistently online on a live stream playing a video game. I am even more confident that that the VTuber project will work. Everything is slowly falling into place. This was probably the thing I was most worried about, because everything else would be my fault if it didn't work. All of this, you know, the Elgato, the internet connection, that's not really anything I can help. If the things I've done didn't help the situation, there isn't much else I could do. But I believe that's about all I have for you. We've been going at this for 2 hours now. I want to thank everyone for watching. For the ones who stuck around, watch me play CTR, watch me humiliate myself on the internet, trying to hook up an Elgato. But I believe that brings us to the end. I don't know. I said earlier I'd like to stream one more time this week, at least. Probably just one more. See if I can get a consistent thing going with the internet and my stage presence, stuff like that. Maybe I don't know if you put 2 and 2 together yet, my secret project and this stream. The reason I did this and why I'm doing this and why I intend to do more of it is specifically to prepare for being a VTuber. I want to know that I have a presence. I want to know that people are interested in what I have to say. I want to know that the things that I compile for live streaming look good. Obviously, I don't want it to look like this per se, but this was something I threw together this morning. So I'm not terribly ashamed of it, I would say. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, because later this week I plan on doing it again. And it might be just as long, but with the Elgato set up. And you know what that means? More gameplay. And I'll try and pick a game for either the Wii U or the Switch specifically ahead of time, so that I know what we're getting into before we get into it. Okay? You all have a good night, or morning or afternoon, wherever you may be.